There are many people in this world that earn really good salaries, but still live paycheck to paycheck every month, and others who feel that they don't even earn enough to cover their basic living expenses. When you feel completely tied down to a job that you may or may not like, you often don't have the time to pursue the things that you truly enjoy and want to do in life. In today's video, I will be breaking down why you may be living paycheck to paycheck and how to break free from this cycle. Reason number 1 why you may be living paycheck to paycheck. Your money story. For many of us, our parents never talked about money growing up. And without financial education being included in the school system, this led to many of us growing up financially illiterate and with no preparation for real life and how we should manage our money. Or some of us grew up in families that faced financial hardship, and we watched our parents struggle with money, or be frugal with money, or in some cases fight over money, or use money as a reward or an apology. This money psychology leaves a lasting impression on us, and we subconsciously adopt our parents' habits and behaviors when it comes to using money. A negative association with money can leave us hesitant to deal with our finances head on. Others might have picked up bad habits, such as therapy shopping or impulse buys. This can provide short-term financial relief, but often at the cost of your own future wealthy self. Also, not paying yourself first and zoning out when other people talk about finances. This can make it seem like it is impossible to get ahead and like you are just treading water, barely able to make the bill payment. If any of these resonate with you, take a moment to think about where you are and how your relationship with money has been shaped by your personal experiences and the circumstances affecting it. Once you have understood the root cause of your own money situation, you now have control over changing your money story into one that serves you. Reason number 2, numbers put you off. This fear of not wanting to run the numbers, or because you feel you aren't good with numbers, often stops you from tracking your income and expenses. This is step 1 in the process to getting out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle. And if you think about it, if you wanted to lose weight, you have to think about how many calories you are eating. If the margin between the weekly calories that you burned is larger than the average weekly calories that you consumed, then you will lose weight. The same applies to our financial lives. We have to track the money coming in and the money going out. And the more we are able to save every month, the quicker our wealth can grow. The same is true with the discipline it requires to eat healthier foods and consume less calories in order to lose weight. We also need discipline to stick to our budget and spend less than we make. And the good news is that you don't have to be a maths genius. There are tons of ways to make your life easier, and you can pick which method works best for you. There are apps, spreadsheets, or paper and pen which you can use to track your spending. Reason number 3 is lifestyle inflation. As your income increases, your spending increases, which leaves you in the same position of living paycheck to paycheck with little to no savings. There are many people that make really good salaries, but while they know how to make money, managing money is a whole different concept. They are tempted by nicer cars, bigger homes, and extravagant vacations, which eat away at their savings. If you get a bonus or a raise and maintain your current living costs, then you are able to put away the extra money and create financial freedom for yourself in the future. Now let's talk about how you can break free from this cycle. The first step is to start with your why. How will this help you to live the life that you want to live and stay motivated through the ups and downs? When you have a strong why, it is easy to guide you to the how. This will help to make your goals seem more achievable and less daunting. Set a goal for yourself and turn it into a concrete plan, which we will be discussing soon. The second step is to invest in yourself. Learning how to manage your finances is the difference between living paycheck to paycheck and financial freedom. In the psychology of money, Morgan Housel talks about the importance of the difference in mindset between making money and keeping money. He says there's only one way to stay wealthy. This is a combination of being frugal and living below your means, and being paranoid of the risk that has the potential to wipe out all your gains. Investing in your financial literacy is only going to benefit you, as money is definitely going to be something that you're going to have to deal with for the rest of your life. A little investment of your time and commitment, which is something you can control, can prove to be a great return on investment for yourself. Step 3, manage your money and set the plan. In today's society, it is much easier to spend money than it is to save it. I mean, obviously, every single company's main mission is to get you to spend money on their product or service. The only way to break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck is to live below your means. Start by tracking your income and expenses. Create a budget and, most importantly, stick to the plan. Just like Dave Ramsey said, it takes 90 days to form a habit and learn to stick to your budget. When you start, you suck at it the first month. But now, you drive your car without thinking, singing to music while you change lanes. You leave things out in your first month of budgeting because you forgot that you do that, or you didn't realize how much money you spent in that category, until you create a budget and compare it to the actual figures at the end of the month. Your memory can be quite deceptive to what you estimate you have spent to what you actually have. We know Christmas is in December, but somehow it still sneaks up on people. It is very likely that your car will break down, you get sick and need medicine, or your dog gets sick and needs to go to the vet. It is just a matter of when. That is why an emergency fund is a necessity to getting out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle. 2 generations ago, there was no such thing as credit cards to pay for expenses that you couldn't afford in that month. If you had no money left at the end of the month, then you had no option but to sell some of your belongings or get a second job to make ends meet. I just want to remind you that the emotion that goes with living paycheck to paycheck is actually very normal. The trick is to not agree to live in this cycle. You can make adjustments to not live this way. So let's get right into the step-by-step guide of how to change this cycle. If you are living paycheck to paycheck, then it's because your current expenses are the same, if not more, than your current income. There are 2 methods to go about changing this: reduce your expenses or increase your income. Now, it may seem difficult to increase your income tomorrow, so let's start with reducing your expenses. Calculate your total income from all the sources. Rather than estimating expenses, set up a budget to track them. Once you have a budget, start scrutinizing your expenses and see where you can take things away that don't bring you as much joy as others, so that you can still enjoy eating out and going out with friends. This can start to alleviate some of the pressure. And increasing your savings from 0 to literally any amount is a 100% increase. But if you feel that this amount is too small to put away and grow your emergency fund each month, then it is time to start looking into options that can make you more money each month. And when you increase your income, when your expenses are already covered, then 100% of this additional income can go to your savings and investing goal. Considering job hopping is one way to increase your income, as you are more likely to increase your pay than getting a raise at your current employer. But everyone has a different situation, and sometimes the pros of having a stable job far outweigh the cons. So if this is the case for you, start considering a side hustle. There are many different ideas online, so I would recommend identifying your interests, hobbies, and things that you enjoy doing outside of work, and see if you can leverage that in your side hustle. Once you are able to put an amount of money away at the end of each month, then the next step is to put this money to work for you. The first part of this step is to pay off any debt you might have, as the high interest rates are a big reason many people are living paycheck to paycheck and aren't able to break out of this cycle. Paying off your high interest debt first, like credit cards or personal loans, is the greatest investment you can make on your hard-earned money. It is very hard to gain wealth if majority of your money is going to high interest debt every month. And investing your money into the stock market will likely not give you as great of a return. So paying off debt is essentially a risk-free investment. You already have the debts, and the speed at which you diminish them is in your control. Once you have paid off your high interest debts, then now's the time to start growing your emergency fund. This is essentially 3 to 6 months of your bare bone living expenses and will help you weather any financially difficult times you may face in the future, like losing your job or experiencing health problems. This is why this step is incredibly important and gives you peace of mind. I know for me, having a larger emergency fund does help me sleep better at night. Once you have grown your emergency fund in a high yield savings account, then it is time to start investing most of your savings to better multiply your money. This step will put you in a better financial position than 90% of the people you know. I recommend selecting a broad stock market index fund to invest into, like the S&P 500, which gives you great diversification. It is very important to take action on these steps to get your money to start compounding for you, because that is where the real magic happens. And your wealth will start to grow at a faster rate than the amounts that you are saving from your paycheck every month. And those are my steps to escaping the paycheck cycle. I hope you all found this video helpful, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.